Hey guys, Nathan here from Nat1088K, and today I'll be reviewing the LEGO Creator Expert Transformers Optimus Prime. Let's take a quick look at the box. We've got the Autobot version of the G1 Transformers logo. We've got Optimus Prime. We've got the actual figure, which looks very nice on this box. Got some red greebling at the bottom, and has an age recommendation set 10302, and what it tells you the amount of pieces, which for this set is 1,508. On top of the box, we've got the LEGO logo, the Transformers logo with the Autobot insignia, Optimus Prime, Hasbro, Takara Tomy, and a size comparison of a piece. We've got, again, the free company logos, a side profile of Optimus Prime, red greebling, and on the back, we've got a more detailed diagram of the actual conversion of the model. We've got the accessories, the jetpack, the width, the height, and the figure on display. Then we've got just Transformers Optimus Prime, model converts Optimus Prime, and on the bottom we've got the authentication sticker of Transformers, which you can find anywhere on an actual Transformers figure. Take for example Kingdom Dinobot. Here's the authentication sticker on the side of this box. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the reference-heavy instruction manual. Got a very nice Autobot insignia on the front, a very small one on the back, very small LEGO logo. First page, we got a G1 Marvel Comics front cover with Bumblebee, Optimus, Starscream, Megatron, G184 Collector's Edition, More Than Meets the Eye, the Transformers, Autobot insignia. We got Autobots Convert and Roll Out. We've got the original Transformers description here. And then we've got something to say that it's now into LEGO. We've got the profile, some descriptions of it, of some of the things he does, the functions, and then his tech spec, and a picture of him with a matrix of leadership. Then we've got a very nice hand-drawn image of the actual model. This thing really took me by surprise when I first saw it, and I really like the way it looks, though it has some false advertisement because it has a knee joint. Here we have the "One shall stand, one shall fall," very iconic Optimus Prime quote. We've got a profile of Optimus Prime. We've got accessories. He's holding his ion blaster, a little description of the actual model, and then something from the LEGO designer. This is his name. This is him with the set. And then we've got the first page with bags. And then if you look through the instructions, you can find stuff like this, which is very nice. And then if we go to the back, and here's another one. If we go to the back, got more. You can find this very nice page, robot mode to vehicle, and you can see again the same diagram from the back of the box. We've got transformation instructions, which we'll cover, and then time to actually show the figure. So here we have the actual figure and the accessories and side builds. So we'll cover over those first, and then we'll go to the figure. So here we have the Optimus Prime name, stand, function. We've got the plaque. This could focus. We've got tech specs, function commander, a quote, Autobot insignia, picture, and then name. Quote is "Freedom is the right of all sentient beings." Its function is commander. And then we've got tech specs, strength 10, intelligence 10, speed 8, endurance 10, rank 10, courage 10, firepower 8, skill 10. This tech spec is a reference to the tech specs you could find at the back of G1 boxes and the new retro headmasters that came out quite recently. And then of course they also have functions. So it's a very nice reference. And then next thing I'm going to cover is this little change of front bumper. So you could either have the cell shaded one, or you could have this more realistic bumper. I just swapped them out when I transform them. So the cell shaded one's the robot mode one, and this is the vehicle form one. And then we've got a purple Energon cube, very reminiscent of the ones in the show. Very nice build, also very nice pieces used to build it. and it's very nice, very clean, no studs showing. And we've got Sideswipes Jet Pack, which I'm happy they've included this because he does use the Sideswipes Jet Pack in the show. Doesn't look that good from the back, but because it's going to be attached to Optimus's back, so you won't see like the majority of this back. You'll see these probably when you put it on the back, and then got the piece from the top of the box, very clean, only a couple studs. And we've got the Energon Axe, the most fragile part of this entire set. But though it does look quite nice with like all the transparent orange, you have to be careful because even me picking up to put it on the table made it break into a couple pieces. And then we've got the Ion Cannon, which is known as the Ion Blaster by some people. I've always called it the Ion Cannon. And it is my favorite accessory because it looks really clean. Only a couple studs showing out. And it's the one I display Optimus with. And of course the Jetpack because that makes him look better. So we'll move the accessories to the side. And we'll bring the actual figure. We've got some very nice minimal stud legs. And some nice drum lacquered slopes to really give off the shining decal look of the original figure. Some drum lacquer tanks at the side. Got some wheels. Some very nice detailed circle bits. These are prints, thankfully. Something that isn't a print is this thing on the legs. These are both stickers. Luckily, I attached them decently well. And there's leg movement here, but no spin over here. We'll cover that when we go into movement. Here we've got the bumper with the cell-shaded bumper, which you can change for the more realistic one, which we'll do for transformation. This gives me a lot of Transformers Devastation vibes. If we go up, more drum lacquered grills, some very nice lights. We've got the windscreens, the headlights. Got the smokestacks here with the Autobot insignia. Nice gray stripe going through the figure because that's how the toy looked. Down here we've got the lower arm with one print piece here. And then we've got the hand, which you can do a bit of movement through. And then we've got the head at the very top. Very nice. Doesn't look the best from side angle, but you can live with it. And we've got a drum lacquered piece for the faceplate. And then if we go here to the windscreens, you can actually open them up, and inside is a not very accurate matrix of leadership, but a matrix of leadership nonetheless. Uses a very nice technique I've never seen before, and it just plops in right here like this. And then you can see it for the windscreens. Very slightly though. For the back, let's just turn this figure around. It's very hollow over here because that's where the jetpack goes, which we'll cover in a bit. But it looks nice and clean in the leg area. The arms are a bit weird, but that's part of the transformation. So now we'll go over some joints. The legs can move around in a full 360, though I do not see why you would do that. The feet have a bit of rotation, which I would better show off when we transform him. There's some rotation here, but that's more transformation. No joint, no waist movement. The legs are on ratchet joints, though they can be very fragile for the connection of them. Like through there, that circle bit might be disconnected if you put in a bit too much force. Head has a full 360 and a wide range of movement. The arms are in a full ratchet joint. They can move back, but that's part of the transformation. The lower arm are also on ratchet joints, so you can move them around as you wish. The arms have the hands have a full 360, and fingers move around, and you can kind of move them down a bit, but that's when that's for like when you remove the hand and put in the Energon Axe. So not a whole lot of rotation in places, but a decent amount to make it like be displayed in different ways. So I think now we'll add on some accessories, smooth the plaque and the Energon cube out of the way, and the front bumper. So for the blaster, what you do is you open up the hand and you connect these studs ports onto these two studs, which you can do in either hand, and it's connected, and then you can just wrap the hand around it, and he's got the blaster. Very nice way of making the blaster actually be held, because I doubt that the actual hand would be able to hold it. And then for the axe, what you do is you have to take off the hand. I'll get my tripod to show it. So I've got the tripod, so what you do is you take off the hand like this, so that the pin is still in there. Take the pin down, and then inside there is a little Technic axle port right there. You then grab the Energon battle axe, which has a Technic axle, and you wait a second, this thing's gonna break apart on me because you know it's the most fragile thing. You plop it into the port, and there is the Energon battle axe. Not the best thing. The weight distribution's quite weird. That just fell down. It's like, if you want to display it like this, go ahead. Though it's not my preferred way of displaying. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug out the axe again and fix it while it breaks apart. Raise the Technic pin. Put in the hand again. And show you guys that me putting this down on the table already made this whole chunk fall off. The axe is very fragile, and I might look into like ways of making it more structurally safe and stable. So we're going to connect the jetpack now. If a finger stops falling off. So we're gonna turn them around. Move the tripod over here. So there's these two bits where you can plug clips into, which they are two clips on the back of the jetpack, and then there are these two square spots which go into here and here. You do is you just plug it in like that, and it stays, and it gives him a lot more of like a thickness, which like is better for probably weight distribution. So this is what he looks like with the jetpack on the back. Very nice inclusion. So now I think I'm going to do some size comparisons with other Optimus Prime figures, and then we will do the transformation. The first size comparison is going to be with the Transformers Cyberverse Warrior Class Optimus figure. So he only goes up to the length of like the blue part of the Optimus legs, which this is not one of the largest figures made, so it makes sense why he's that small. Next up, we've got the Funko Pop G1 Optimus, which is smaller, but is the second most accurate thing to compare this figure to. The most accurate thing is next. He's also holding an ion cannon. So, just move him to the side, and now we're going to compare him to the original G1 Optimus Prime figure. It'd be very nice if my cat stopped meowing. There's a huge size difference here. And you can see some like the details of the figure compared to the actual Transformers Lego collab. Because this figure used a lot of chrome, which is where a lot of drum lacquered pieces come in to like try to imitate that. Let's move the G1 Optimus to the side. Next, we've got the two Voyagers from Transformers Prime. We got the Transformers Prime First Edition Clear Takara Tomy figure. And then the Transformers Prime Beast Hunters figure. They go up to like the max size of his length. And these figures would retail for like £25. This one was $80 because it's an exclusive from Japan. So he's quite tall. Let's move these over here. Next size comparison will be with the last Optimus. We got the Siege Galaxy Upgrade Optimus. He's quite tall, especially with these cannons. And if we count them into length, he's like the tallest thing here probably, other than maybe the last thing I'm going to show. Next comparison is with the Creo Devastator. This thing was the previous large Transformer. I could go grab the Optimus Prime, but I'm not going to, because they're around the same size for some reason. Creo figures were meh, weren't the greatest. The Creons were the good part, and the Legos already overshadowed them. Because even though these figures a lot more posability, they're fragile, and this is a very cool figure. One of my favorite sets. Next comparison is with the Kingdom Leader class Beast Wars Megatron. So this is what 50 pounds is. This is what 150 pounds is. I can see you, like, if you went for like size, this would be 100, and then maybe with accessories and like thickness go up to like 120. So let's put Beast Wars Megatron to the side. Next up, we've got Transformers Animated Megatron with, for some reason, Constructabot blades. He looks like the tallest of the main figures, but this is a very large figure. And especially he does have lights and sounds, so there has to have been like some working in there. So, and then last but not least, I'm gonna move these two down. This figure, my version's not complete. We got the Cybertron Primus. My figure's not complete, so he has to be bended. He has to be a bit bended to stand up. And he's the closest to Optimus Prime, which makes sense, because these figures would be around the same size. So now we're going to go for transformation. I'm going to get the tripod again. Alright, so some of the camera angles might not be the best. First, we're going to transform the original G1 Optimus. So the first step, take out the hands. Second step, put the head back. Then put these shoulders here. Put the arms here. And the legs. Flip these. Put the legs down. We've got the G1 Optimus Prime truck. Now you can open this up and put these in. We'll put him over here. So first step for this figure, turn him around, take out the jetpack. So you clip the legs together. You can see some clips here. And then there's these tanks here, and you just flip them up. And then I'm just going to do the bumper change. So it's very simple. Just take off that bumper and then plug in this bumper, and you raise both arms equal length, and you flip them up like this, and then like that. And then what you would do is raise this above the arms and flip it out like that. The next step is doing a little turn, and then there's a couple things you could do here. You could either put the Optimus Prime head down, or you can do what I'm going to do and have it like this. So first of all, we'll just finish the back off so my tripod could not fall over. The way it works is there's these 2 feet right here. You bend them down like this. And also I'm going to show the very small feet swivel, which you can do if you so wish. And the next step is to move the G1 Optimus out of the way. Is to put the head down like this, and then we'll turn him around and put him over here. So next step would be to fold those back like the classic. Next step is to knock over my tripod. And then you've got the hands, which you're just going to move like this so that my tripod falls over again. So that you have this, which you then push down the hand, and the thumb should fold itself in. It should look like that. And then you fold down this. And there you have the front of the truck. And then you can store one of the items on the back, and that is the ion blaster. So what you would do is you turn the model around to the back. You grab the ion blaster, you would flip the handle up, turn it around, hold it like this, and put it in like that. It's like this because the ion blaster is the only thing from this set that came with the original figure. So here we have both G1 Optimus comparisons. I'm going to go back to non-tripod. Here we have both the trucks for comparison. We got the G1 Optimus truck. And then we've got the Lego Optimus truck. Which, moving it from like, doing this motion is quite hard with the set. Which, you know, makes sense. This is a Lego set. Got the wheels. Rolls decently nice. The ion cannon in the back, which I just messed up. You can just move it in like so. Got smokestacks, Autobot insignia, some hollow gaps here. Which those are the sacrifices that have to be made to make a transformable Lego set. And I transform this in robot mode, which I say is the better looking one. The best angle that this set looks at like, this is the best angle to display it. Or maybe like this, because you dodge all the hollow gaps, and you can still open this. So if you desire, you can have a matrix beam coming out of the front windscreen. So very nice vehicle form. The legs are done the best. The cab sacrifices have to have been made to make this transformable. So I'm going to try my best to transform this back to robot mode with one hand. So, you know, we'll make the ion cannon. My cat just ran past. Flip up the feet. You can probably hear my cat. Fix that. Go over here to the front. Lift this up. Lift the arms. And then move the arms like this, so. Plop the arms like this. Pull the head up if you desire. The head fell off. Head only held in by this connection, and also this axle could be pushing through. I'm just going to try push the axle back in. As you can see, the axle's not very nice. So I'm going to try just to push the axle in, or maybe drop those somewhere over there. I'll go pick those up. Okay, I made him stand up because it'd be impossible with one hand. So then you turn that around. Turn the actual model around. Flip that back. And then have that. Attach the legs. Put the hands into like fist positions if you want. Or just take out the entire hand. Some of the parts of the set aren't that fragile. I had a minor speaking mistake. I said that some of the set aren't that fragile. Some parts of the set are fragile, which I guess that's one of the sacrifices for robot mode. So I'll grab the jetpack. We'll hopefully be able to plug it in with one hand. Okay, wait a second. I might need to turn this around to plug it in with one hand. I may need to hold this with my other hand. So what we're going to try to do is successfully plug that in. Turn the set around. One of my problems is this front bit. Like, sometimes it doesn't end up looking symmetrical. And then, second, we're going to plug in the blaster. And there we have Lego Optimus Prime. One of my favorite sets, if not my favorite, just because of how much this means to me. Is this is one of my favorite franchises that I have, like, ever liked. If you look around my room, you can just find a Transformer anywhere. Because I love this franchise. Like, the thing right next to this is just 4 Transformer things. 5. And, like, Lego's always also been something from my childhood, which I really like. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.